Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Mark Anderson breaks silence on Golden Bachelorette exit. Mark Anderson joined the Golden Bachelorette in the hopes of finding love again after his wife's heartbreaking death 6 years ago. But it wasn't a love match with Joan. The fan favorite breaks his silence on his unexpected elimination. Joan Vassos declares her love for Mark Anderson, sends him home. Mark Anderson had an advantage over the other Golden Bachelorette suitors. Viewers already knew and loved him. Bachelor Nation fans previously met the Army vet on season 28 of The Bachelor. His daughter, Kelsey, brought Joey Graziosi home to meet the family. Kelsey Anderson made an appearance on the Golden Bachelorette to introduce her dad to Joan. Fans thought Mark Anderson would be a sure frontrunner, but a connection with Joan never happened. They finally went on a one-on-one date, but the spark still didn't fly. However, Joan Vassos had nothing but kind things to say to her suitor. She told him he was a great guy and that she did love him, but not in a romantic way. He was sent home before the rose ceremony. Kelsey's dad breaks silence on Golden Bachelorette exit. The elimination was a surprise to Mark, who had just confessed to the cameras that he thought his connection with Joan was growing. The Golden Bachelorette contestant took to his Instagram after the episode aired to share his thoughts on his unexpected exit. "I am thankful. I feel blessed. I started a journey hopeful for a future," the lengthy post began. Mark continued, "I am blessed to have met Joan, a radiant and caring woman who stood tall and navigated this with poise and grace. I met this incredible group of men that have enriched the core of my being." He ended the post thanking his fans. "Thank you for the encouragement and support that has been shared throughout this journey. It has truly changed my life for the better." Fans show support. Kelsey Anderson showed her dad love in the comments. She wrote, "Love you so much." Mark received a lot of compliments from his social media followers. This was hands down the best season in the franchise, not only because of the connections Joan made with the men, but the connections the men made with each other. Your second love of a lifetime is out there looking for you. Maybe Denise's hummingbird came to you because she didn't want you to lose any hope or desire to continue your journey after leaving the mansion. Protect Mark at all costs. I have been deeply touched by this season of the Bachelor franchise. These men are truly remarkable and gentlemen. What a beautiful, kind heart you have, Mark. The best is yet to come when love, vulnerability, and trust lead the way. Mark, your heart shone so bright during this season, from start to finish, whether it be with Joan, the guys in the house, or when you discussed Denise. You were my favorite pick. It just wasn't your time. But you deserve someone spectacular. There's someone out there who is better suited for you than Joan. Time will tell if viewers will see Mark Anderson in the Bachelor franchise again. He could join the potential Golden Bachelor in Paradise spinoff, or be the next Golden Bachelor. Mark Anderson's departure from the Golden Bachelorette left fans reeling, with whispers echoing through Bachelor Nation about why he would choose to walk away from a chance at love with Joan Vassos, one of the franchise's most popular golden ladies. After weeks of silence, Mark finally broke his quiet streak, offering a candid, soul-searching reflection that painted a very different picture than anyone expected. In a long Instagram post accompanied by a somber black and white photo of Mark staring into the distance, he shared the details of his experience on the show, weaving together the highs, lows, and moments of clarity that ultimately led him to walk away from Joan, and possibly the franchise. "It wasn't an easy decision," he began, his words carrying the weight of the complex journey he'd been on. "Walking away from Joan was one of the hardest things I've ever done. But sometimes what you think you're ready for, well, it turns out to be a little more complicated." He dove into the heart of his relationship with Joan, describing her as incredible, compassionate, and everything a man could hope for in a partner. Yet he admitted that their connection was something he struggled to fully open himself to. Fans had often commented on Mark's thoughtful demeanor on the show, observing how he seemed to hang back in group settings, processing each interaction with Joan with more care than some of his fellow contestants. Mark elaborated on what was happening behind the scenes, explaining that while he admired Joan deeply, he began to realize he was hesitant about sharing his life with someone new. Love isn't just about being with someone amazing, he confessed. It's about being ready to let them into your life, to share your past and your dreams for the future. I thought I was ready for that, but the truth is, I wasn't. He described how his past relationships had left him with emotional scars that time hadn't quite healed. The journey of vulnerability on the Golden Bachelorette proved harder than he had anticipated, stirring up unresolved feelings and doubts he thought he'd left behind. Mark's reflection was raw and poignant, a side that viewers didn't often see on the show, where the competition's intensity often left little room for these deeper musings. My family, my friends, they know I've been through a lot. And sometimes it's easier to tuck all that away and think, this time, it's going to be different. He wrote, hinting at past heartbreaks he kept private. But as I got closer to Joan, I started feeling this pressure to be everything she wanted and needed. And maybe in my heart, I knew that I wasn't able to offer her everything she deserved. Mark went on to discuss the difficult reality of falling in love on national television. You know, it's not easy letting yourself be vulnerable when you have cameras capturing every look, every hesitation, every unspoken word. It messes with your head. Sometimes I couldn't even tell if what I was feeling was real or if it was just the pressure of the show's environment. While he didn't point fingers at production, he hinted that the constant spotlight made it challenging to forge genuine connections. I felt like I was playing a role sometimes, the guy who's just a little unsure. But I wasn't unsure because I didn't care about Joan. I was unsure because I didn't know if I could ever be what she truly needed. Mark's post also revealed a profound respect for Joan. He described her as a beacon of light, someone who showed up with a heart wide open and a fierce determination to find lasting love. She has this strength in her that inspires everyone around her. And I genuinely believe she deserves someone who can meet her at that level, who's as ready as she is. And as much as I wanted to be that guy, I realized I wasn't. For Mark, leaving wasn't a rash decision. He spent sleepless nights wrestling with his choice, replaying his conversations with Joan, weighing every possible outcome. In his post, he explained, "There were moments where I thought I'd regret leaving, that I'd be haunted by the what-ifs. But there was a bigger part of me that knew walking away was the only way to be honest. With Joan, with the audience, and most importantly, with myself." Toward the end of his post, he shared a message directly to Joan. "Joan, if you ever read this, please know that walking away doesn't mean I didn't care. You deserve a man who's ready to jump in with both feet, no hesitations, no reservations, and maybe one day I'll be that man for someone else. But I couldn't bear the thought of holding you back. Thank you for everything. You helped me see things in myself that I hadn't in a long time." Bachelor Nation was abuzz with Mark's confession, with fans divided in their responses. Some praised him for his courage to step away when he recognized he couldn't commit fully, applauding his honesty and emotional maturity.